Right.
Good evening to all. So, dear viewers, I would like to tell you all that speakers will be keeping the video on and off in between so that there is no network issue. Can I get a yes in the chat box so that we can begin with this wonderful webinar? Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for your replies. So, let's begin with this webinar. Good evening to all. My name is Shamli Matre. I'm a student of Deccan Education Society, Naveen Bandhu Mehta, Institute of Technology and Development. We, Happy Managers Hub, welcome all the viewers to this webinar. Yes, thank you, Shivam. Thank you, Prasad. After hearing the name of the webinar, Stinky Fish, you all must be very confused that what actually stinky fish means. And you all must be very excited to know what we are going to reveal about fear today. So here we come. Before revealing about fear, I would like to introduce to you our speakers. First, Anuja Malkar. Second, Kavya Kumbarmati. And last but not least, Akansha Kore. The motivation and the idea of this webinar is inspired from our educators, Dr. Kasturi Naik and Professor Renuka Sawant. Without wasting more time, here we begin with this webinar. I request Anuja Malkar to take the webinar forward.
Good evening, one and all present here. Now, before beginning the journey, I would like you all to use the chat box and tell me if you all are excited to begin or not. Yes, we are waiting. Okay, and your comments really matter. Yes, they are kind of green signal for us that yes, you all are excited and we can begin. Okay. Okay. Next slide, please. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Shamli. Thank you, Vasu. Yes. And next, after this. Okay. Now, I would like to introduce fear to you all by first giving a small definition of it. Fear is a natural response, often an unpleasant emotion caused by feeling of threat, danger, or pain. Yes, it is unpleasant because no one likes to be in fear. Yes, it is intangible and abstract. That is, we cannot touch it, we cannot see it, but it can only be felt, like happiness, sadness, bravery, courage. Yes. Now, I would like you all to use the chat box again to tell me if you feel that fear is inborn. That is, we are born with all the fears. If you believe yes, then please type yes in the chat box. And if you believe no, then type no in the chat box. Yes, you all can let me know that if you all believe that all the fears are inborn or no. According to you, what do you all feel? You all can type in the chat box and let me know. Okay. Okay, thank you, Smith. Okay, he has answered yes. Okay, but I would like to make it clear with you all that we are not born with all the fears, okay, except for the fear of falling from height and the fear of loud noises. Now, these are required because, my dear viewers, if we do not have the fear of falling from height, then you might jump from the terrace of your building and fracture your bones. Okay, but apart from these, all the other fears which we have or which we experience are all learned fears. Okay, now how did we learn these fears? Now, it is very interesting to know that all fears, okay, listen carefully to me, okay, all fears are stories. Okay, now from where have these stories originated? Do you remember in your childhood your parents telling you, don't go in the dark, there might be a ghost, or don't talk to strangers, they might harm you, right? So, all these fears have originated from the stories which people have told us in our childhood. That time it was required, okay, because to ensure our safety, we need not blame them. But now, as I believe that most of y'all are above 18 and adults, we can differentiate between what is right and what is wrong. Next slide, please. Okay. Now, how does this work? Now, I want you all to again type in the chat box and let me know if you all are interested to know what is the impact of fear on our body. How do we react when we are under fear? You can type in the chat box yes if you all are interested, and no, then no. Or you can write interested in the chat box. Yes, we are reading your comments and they give us a lot of energy, okay, to move ahead. Yes. Your comments are giving us a lot of energy. So please use the chat box judiciously. You all can type and answer, and that would really encourage us to move ahead. So, how it works? When we sense danger, our brain reacts instantly. It causes physical responses such as faster heartbeat, rapid breathing, high blood pressure, etc. I am sure every one of you all have experiences some or the other point of time. Yes, maybe just before the dance competition in your school, just before going on that stage, okay, before your speech competition, your heart was beating very fast. You know, you said that you felt like your heart was literally in your mouth. Yeah, we say it. Yeah, it happens due to fear. It is completely normal. Now, when we have fear, we can do two things: either fight or take a flight. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, now purpose of fear. Now, I want you all to type again in the chat box if you feel fear can motivate us. If you feel fear can motivate us, and please type motivate in the chat box so I can understand what is your deep understanding of fears. Okay, if you believe that fears can motivate us, then please type motivate in the chat box. Your responses are really energizing us and they are giving us a lot of energy. Okay, so when you all type, it motivates us to go ahead, and you all are not sleeping, you all are listening to us. Yes, thank you Prasad, thank you Prajakta. Now, there are two purposes of fear. Okay, one is it can motivate you, or second is avoidance. Now, how can it motivate you? If we take our fears as motivation, then we are using the three P's in our life. Now, what are these three P's? First is plan, second practice, and third is perform. So, when we are afraid, maybe before facing our fears, that is, for example, you have to give a presentation in your class or maybe at office, but you are very scared of public speaking or you have stage fright. Yes, so what you need to do is plan, then practice as much as you can at home, and third, perform. And i'm and you can do it. Second is avoidance. Now, I'll tell you a story of a boy, okay, boy who goes to school, and he uses his fear as demotivation for himself. So, in the morning, when his mother comes to wake him up, he says, "आई पोटात दुखतंय, शाळेत नाही जायचंय." So that is taking a flight. You are trying to avoid your fears. Yes. Next slide, please. Now, on this slide, you can see that there are different types of fears. So, I want you all to tell me how many of you all have faced fear of public speaking? because it's very common. So I want to know before I begin, how many of you have really experienced it? If yes, then you all can type yes in the chat box. If no, then you all can type no. And there are many fears, and every person can have different kinds of fears. Okay, it's not necessary that what fears you have will be the fears of some other person. People experience different types of fears, and it happens. It happens at every point of time. Okay, so fear of public speaking, fear of people, fear of strangers. Okay, fear of failure. If you are very obsessed with becoming successful all the time, then you will have these fears. We need to give away the obsession of always being successful. Yeah, and also welcome failures in our life. Fear of change. In this pandemic situation, there were so many sudden changes which came in, and we had the fear, right, of facing those changes. Fear of loss. When some of our family member is ill, we are afraid of losing them, right? Fear of being judged. Oh my god, this this is one of the very famous fears, yeah, and everyone faces this. So what can we do? Fear of being judged, that is also very common. Then fear of humiliation, fear of being alone, and so many others. Next slide please. I hope that you all are listening and not sleeping. Thank you for your responses as well. Thank you, Nidhi. Thank you, Harshada. Next slide, please. Okay. Now, there's a very famous quote by Sir Nelson Mandela. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Next slide, please. Now, I want you all to look at this picture very carefully, okay? And type in the chat box and let me know. Yes, you might be feeling that, oh my God, how many times they are asking us to type. But we are doing this to keep you all active, keep you all motivated, because we know it is not easy to listen to online lectures sitting or online webinars and sitting in front of a device like maybe a laptop or a computer. So we want you all to be active so that you enjoy this journey and don't get bored. Okay, so there's a picture. You can see a cage, a bird who is trapped in a cage. So you all have to type according to you, what does that cage symbolize and what does that bird symbolize? Okay, you all can type and let me know. There could be different interpretations and it's completely okay. And now you all don't face the be in the fear of being judged. Okay, no one is going to judge you all. You all can type whatever you say. I will also tell you the answer. Please use the chat box judiciously. And when you all respond, we are energized to take it ahead. Yeah. So, moving ahead, the cage symbolizes nothing but our fears. Okay. And what it symbolizes? Yourself. When we are under fear, our situation is similar like this to this board. Okay, we are trapped under that fear because we cannot exercise our freedom or freedom of doing actually what we want to do. Okay, and one more important thing is this cage actually does not exist. Okay, it is imaginary. Yes, it is imaginary. So what we need to do is we need to step out of our fears and face them. Okay, because they actually don't exist. Next slide, please. Now, negative effects of fear. Now you can, okay, so fear prevents you from breaking bad habits. Now, moving with negative effects of fear, first one is fear can prevent you from breaking bad habits. Now, there could be many bad habits, but I'll be focusing on the bad habit of smoking or drinking excessively. I'm not saying that people who always drink or smoke, okay, they have fears and that's why they do it. But when you're doing excessive amount of smoking or drinking, there is a high possibility that you have certain pressure, certain kind of stress or anxiety, and to deal with it, okay, or to cope up with that difficult situation or that anxiety, doing you are becoming addicts to these things. So that could be a possibility. Next is fear prevents you from reaching your goals. Now, how many of you think this can happen? If you believe yes, then please write yes in the chat box, and I know then you all can type no in the chat box. You are free to use the chat box and you all can express yourself. And as Shamli has told you all that we'll be addressing all the questions at the end of the webinar. Thank you, Sonali. Thank you, Prajita. Fear prevents you from reaching your goals. Okay, now I'll tell you one short story. Now there's an employee in an office, and he is very talented. Okay, he has all the skills and potentials to become the next supervisor of the office. Okay, but he is not taking that opportunity because he is afraid, okay, of the responsibilities which come with that role. Okay, he has all the potentials. It's not that he doesn't have them, he has them, but he's afraid of the responsibilities that will come with them. So that is a good example of we understanding how fear can prevent us from reaching our goals. Next slide, please. Yes. Fear of failure stops you from taking risks. Now, if a person has a fear of failure, okay, if we expect in our life that we want to be successful in everything that we do, that is not going to happen, right? Now, if there's an entrepreneur and they want to take risks, they want to start their own business, it's not necessary for that person that immediately in his first attempt, they will be successful. The business might fail, but if that person thinks, oh, what if I fail? I'll be indebted. What will people think? And what will how will my family react to it? If we keep on thinking about all these things, if we are constantly under fear and we let our fears overtake our emotions, then we will not never take risks. And if we don't take risks, then we will not grow. Next is fear of the unknown leads to having a fixed mindset. Now, a very good example could be this COVID-19 pandemic lockdown situation which we all are caught up in. Okay, as soon as a lockdown was imposed, we all were very scared. Okay, now what is going to happen after this lockdown opens? All students had a doubt in their mind. Now, are we going to switch to online learning? Oh my god, how will we do this? Sitting holding in front of that mobile phone or camera, and people, how are we going to switch between our home responsibilities and doing work at the same time from home? So all these things were there. We were all afraid of all these things, yeah, because it was a sudden change. Yeah, we were not ready for that change, but change is like this. It does not tell you, it just happens. And what we can do is we can adopt a growth mindset. That is, okay, the situation has come. Now, what can I do? Yes, we can use this time to interact with our family members, spend time with our friends, yes, online, and take up some online courses to upgrade our skills. If you feel that after the pandemic, the situation is going to become very competitive, the market is going to become very competitive, then we need to upgrade ourselves. And the people people working in corporates or who are working professionals, if you all feel that after the pandemic you need to acquire a lot of skills, then what you can do is now you can opt for internships which are pro bono internships. Okay, though you might be having 10 years, 20 years of experience, but by doing these internships for maybe 2 or 3 months of time, you will upgrade your skills. You will come to know what the market needs, and then you can apply accordingly. Now, okay, as you all have understood all the negative effects of fear, I would like to invite Kavya to take this ahead.
Hello, my audience. I'm glad to be here with you all today. Now, let's get started. Thank you, Anuja, for sharing such great information about fear and its negative impact. I hope you all understood everything till now. Can I get yes in the chat box? As Anuja explained, fear is a feeling we think something dangerous, something bad will happen, and we start getting nervous. And at the end, जाने दे भाई तेरे से नहीं होगा. That negative things come in our mind. So, my friends, I will tell you some interesting positive impact how to use your fear in positive way and how fear is beneficial for you. Yes, benefits of fear. And I will share you my experience too. Change the slide. Next. As we know that every coin has two sides, that is head and tail. So fear has also negative and positive impact in our life. Next slide, please. In human beings, there is also two sides, that is fear and desire. We can see in the picture what we want and how fear somehow stop us to be. We all have a dream. I want to work in that field. I look myself in that post in future. इतना पैसा कमाना है मुझे. But when time comes, we start thinking negative. कहीं मेरे से गलती हो गई and what people think of me. I don't want to fail. Yes, do you agree with me, my friends? Yes. Why? The reason fear within you stops you. किसी को हारना नहीं पसंद. No one wants to fail or want any negative result because it somehow hurts us. All fears are mirror images of your desire that you wanted to be. A strong feeling of wanting to have something. जो हमारी खुशी होती है ना कुछ कर दिखाने की, लेकिन डर हमारे सामने आ जाता है रोकने. Yes, do you agree? Yes. My friends, I want to share my experience about fear. So, are you interested? Do you want to change your thoughts towards fear? How I use my fear for my desire, for my happiness? Yes. Thank you for your replies. Somehow, our fear is developed by people judgment, whether it may be of height issues, lacking interest in studies or in sports. My fear also developed due to such situations. From childhood, I am a kind of chubby person and also a shy type personality. People try to give me advices in good, also in bad manner, like giving negative thoughts, sign of demotivation. I tried to lose weight, but I failed and result in fear of failure. I started thinking there is no use. Due to this negative thought, I started eating more. ये सोच के कि कुछ नहीं होगा काव्य तेरे से. And I was consuming more food. जो नहीं करना चाहिए वही चीज करने लगे. And I gave up. And this अगर occur a negative impact of fear in my life by choosing bad habits, consuming more food. Some of our fear make us so upset we start doing mistakes of choosing bad habits. And in few years, I notice at a point I'm doing wrong. I'm doing wrong with me. I'm running from fear of failure rather than taking any action. Due to one failure, one bad experience, I started developing new fears within me. Fear of getting hurt, fear of lack of self confidence, fear of making new friends, people judgments, lacking in studies. What was I doing? Feeding my own fear. Here, my fear gets stronger. At obesity बोलते हैं ना वैसा फ्रेंड्स लिटरली आई वॉज 100+ सेंचुरी मारा मैंने एट दैट टाइम ऐसा लग रहा था कि इतना बड़ा ही मार्क्स में मिलता तो क्या बात होती इट्स ओके बट आई स्टार्ट टू थिंक ऑफ माई फियर्स एंड वांट चेंजेस फॉर माई इम्प्रूवमेंट फॉर माई डिजायर within a few months I improved myself and yes I did it लोग क्या बोलेंगे बोलने दो I was happy with the result. And what was the result? Next slide, please. Improve my self-confidence. Yes, I can do this. डर से डरोगे तो आगे नहीं बढ़ पाओगे लाइफ में चेंजेस होना जरूरी है फॉर आवर सेल्फ फॉर आवर बेटरमेंट दिस इज हाउ आई फेस माई फियर ऑफ फेलियर by ignoring people judgments and given importance to my desires. Okay, change the slide. Okay, now this was just a beginning. As I told you earlier, I am a shy type personality. People who know me, especially my classmates, they know my presentation skill. I was bad in presentations. That is stage fear. Thinking of what if my friends laugh at me, or if my presentation will go bad. My English is not good. In beginning, it was difficult, but I tried and I tried again and again. First attempt I failed. Second attempt I failed. But yes, I did it. I didn't give up. Keep practicing. I know my willpower, my happiness. And yes, my friends, I was very nervous before doing this webinar. But I practiced. I took it as an opportunity. अब नहीं तो कब नहीं कल कल रह जाएगा कल कभी नहीं आता if you get the chance grab that opportunity and yes I prove myself and I can do this and again I killed my one fear within me next slide please we don't know how a fear is affecting a person from inside result may be in anger being quiet choosing bad habits. Remember, if you have courage of accepting good result and also start to accept bad result and learn from it for your improvement. My friends, my motive is to show somehow we all are facing such fears in our life. We have that potential और हम दिल से चाहते हैं करना लेकिन मुझे डर लगता है लीव इट मुझसे नहीं होगा कौन मेहनत करेगा I know the reason. I will fail again. This is a sign of running from situations and we make mistakes. Mistakes of let fear grow stronger within you. Next slide, please. Biggest reason of fear, is that I can't. That inner voice within you tell you I can't. Fear of failure. Failure may come. Your greatest fear may be realized. हार गए बट दोस्तों उस डर से कुछ सीख लो look your fear in positive way don't think of negative side now in this slide the only way you can change is to step your fear is to fear you must step into your fear means do courage of do think of your courage within you do the things you fear most जिस चीज से हम डरते हैं ना वही चीज करनी चाहिए एट प्रेजेंट वी समटाइम्स थिंक कुछ साल पहले मुझे चांस मिला था एक अपॉर्चुनिटी मिली थी बट ये डर के कारण मैंने हिम्मत नहीं दिखाई अगर जरा सी हिम्मत दिखा देता तो आज मुझे काम आता माय फ्रेंड्स डू यू एग्री विद दिस Yes, we all have faced it. Thank you for your reply. So, if you want changes in future, from today you decide how your lookout should be towards fear. We can never go back and change what has been said and has done, what has happened in past. But we can always learn the lesson to make things better next time. Think of your potential, you know your strength. Fear will run away. Your greatest growth, stopping you to do things which you really want to do for your happiness. Yes, without hurting someone, you will accept good as well bad feedback from people, and you will improve it in good way. You will never let your fears decide your dreams. Don't let fear control your mind. Let your faith, let your think of your faith, your happiness be bigger than your fear. Fear has no place within your heart. Fear will run away. Next slide, please. Yes. Your fear will become fatal by exposing yourself. Okay. It will be exposing. You will know your potential. You will know your willpower. As you see in the screen. So, what are the benefits of fear? We learn. You get clarity on what's really important in your life. Your desire, your willpower within you. एग्जाम का डर होना भी जरूरी है, right? Next slide, please. I hope you feel that positivity within you. Can I get positive or yes in the chat box? Thank you for your replies. So let's take this positivity ahead and now how to overcome from our fears. And my friends, you will really enjoy the interesting activities conducted by our next speaker. So I welcome Akansha Khore.
Thank you so much, Anuja and Kavya, for telling us what fear is and for making us realize that fear is not something bad to have, it is good. For telling us that fear can have some good and positive sides also. Just like any other emotion, fear is one emotion that an individual has. You have fear, I have fear, the person sitting beside you also has fear. If you're a human, it is but natural to get this emotion. Having fear is not bad. My friends, let me tell you, when me and my friends we were preparing for this webinar, even we had lots of questions, lots of fear within us that how will the webinar go? What if we forget in between? Oh my god, what if I fumble? And lots of questions. And this all, because of this all, we all were getting all the negative energies. And then what we thought of was, let's keep our minds calm and think that what if the webinar goes very good? What if we don't forget only? And then is when we realized that fear is nothing but fear is our mind playing games with us. Your mind keeps on telling you that, oh my god, if you do this, no, this is only going to happen. Your mind just tells you, okay, that, okay, don't do that. It might get into something negative. हम सोचते रहते हैं कि मैंने अगर ऐसा किया तो वैसा होगा. There is no reality into it. We just keep thinking and thinking and thinking and then ultimately land ourselves into fear. Giving you an example, if you're working in a corporate, okay, and you fear that, oh my god, if I don't complete this, no, my team won't talk with me. Or if I don't be good with these people, my boss is going to kick me out from here. And then we just get into fear. But ultimately, on the other side, your boss is very happy with your work. Your teammates are very happy with all your behavior and everything. And they are thinking to promote you. But what are you thinking? You are thinking that I will be kicked from this office. So tell me, where did this fear go? Did it take you to places? No. It just just went on making you think about various things without without giving any positive outcome out of it. So my friends, this fear no is in your mind. Your mind keeps on playing games with you. There is nothing in reality. Just your mind creates a picture for you that if you do this, this is going to happen. So as we said on this journey, can I get a yes if you're excited to begin with the magical ways of overcoming your fear? We all have this fear, okay? But overcoming those is a magical trick. There's no rocket science in overcoming your fear. You have fear, you just have to use some techniques and overcome your fear. Yes. So now, before we go to the magical ways of overcoming your fear, you know what do I want to tell you? I want to tell you a basic step that we need to take before overcoming our fears. Are you interested to hear that step? Can I get interested in the chat box? I know we all are so interested to hear this all, because it's not just you who has fear. Even I have fear. Everyone has fear, something or the other. Yes, thank you so much for all the replies. And now, as we set forward in the journey, I would like to tell you one basic step. That is, next slide, please. Next. Before you set to overcome your fear, you need to know your fear. Yes, my dear friends. अगर प्रॉब्लम ही पता नहीं तो सोल्यूशन कहाँ से ढूंढोगे एंड अल्टीमेटली व्हाट विल हैपन कंफ्यूजन ही कंफ्यूजन है सॉल्यूशन कुछ पता नहीं सॉल्यूशन जब मिले तो क्वेश्चन क्या था पता नहीं and we don't have to just go around the bush and keep hitting it and then ultimately come out with nothing in our hands. No, we need to know what the problem is first and then we need to think that how do I overcome it. So know your fears. And there is nothing wrong in having fear. Generally what we try to do is we try to keep our fears out. Why? Because we think that this fear no only I will have. This fear no one else will have. So we try to keep our fears within us, in our own minds, in our own hearts. So instead of doing this, accept your fears. Tell yourself that yes, I have this fear and there is nothing wrong in it. Accept your fear and then you will set on the great journey of overcoming it. And as we all understand how important to know your fear is, let us set forward and begin this amazing journey of overcoming your fears. So, my dear audience, are you all ready to get on this journey? Can I get a ready? Yes. Thank you so much for the replies, Samiksha, Prachi, Yogita. Those replies are keeping me so positive and it gives a so positive aura. Yes. So now, my dear friends, tighten your seatbelts as we go on this amazing magical ride of overcoming our own fears. And yes, the first way of overcoming your fear is, can I have the next slide? Next. The very first magical way of overcoming your own fear is self-acceptance. It is very important, to accept yourself, to accept all your flaws and fears, to accept yourself as you are. There is nothing wrong in being yourself. You are an individual, very different from others. So why do you need to think that, oh my god, I don't have this, she has this, oh my god, my height is so small? No, we don't need to think this. We are unique. There is no one like us. We are a unique creation of God and we need to accept it. My dear friends, giving you a very good example of self acceptance. I guess you all must be knowing comedian Bharti Singh. Yes, can I get a yes if you all know her? We have seen her in various movies, we have seen her in various comedy serials. We all know, right, how she is? She's chubby, she's fat, literally talking from the point of view of people who keep on taunting, she's obese, right? We call her this, or people will call her that. Oh my God, look at Bharti Singh, she's so obese. But tell me one thing: do you think that people calling her obese affected her? No, I don't think. Looking at the way she's becoming so successful, do you think that she took this for herself? No. What did she do? She accepted herself. She accepted that yes, I am like this. I don't need to think what people are saying. She accepted how she is. And here she is so successful, making us all laugh. Yes? Thank you so much for the replies, Ria, Sushant, Aishwarya. Thank you. So, like Bharti Singh, if Bharti Singh can do that, even we can, right? Even she's an individual like us. My dear friends, when you accept yourself, your one biggest fear will run away from your life. You know what that fear is? सबसे बड़ा रोग क्या कहेंगे लोग? We always keep thinking, what will people say if I do this? What will my neighbors think if I do this? What will my relatives think if I don't get a particular job? Oh my God, so many questions we have, no? We just keep on thinking about others and end of the day forget that we as an individual need to be happy for ourselves, not for our relatives or not for people staying besides us. No, हम दूसरों के बारे में इतना सोचते हैं कि ultimately we forget thinking about ourselves. We forget that we want our own happiness first and then think about someone else's happiness. So, my dear friends, if you want to overcome your fear, accept yourself, love yourself. So that we accept ourselves, we have a few affirmations for you. These are the positive affirmations, okay? Now, what is a positive affirmation? It is a positive sentence that you can keep on telling yourself, and this will lead you to just accept yourself gracefully. All right. Now we have a small activity for you. Okay. So before we go to the activity, can I get interested in the chat box if you are ready to go for this activity? Yes, I know we all want to accept ourselves and we all want to know what this activity is. And we are so ready to get these affirmations to ourselves. Yes, we are ready, right? Can I get ready in the chat box? Yes, thank you so much for the replies, Smith, Aishwarya Prasad. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Pratik Nishant. Thank you. All right. Now, let's begin with this activity. I am keeping my video on so that you all know what I'm doing, okay? All that you need to do is first sit with your back straight, your shoulders squared, okay? And keep your hands on your heart, in the middle of your heart. You know, this is your energy heart. Huh? You get all the energy from here. Okay. Now, what do I want you to do is take a deep breath and along with me, repeat these affirmations that are visible on your screen. Here we start. I accept the way I am. My uniqueness is my blessing. I am open for new experiences. I am enough for myself. Stay in this moment for a second and look into your videos and listen to the message that I want to give you all. You are unique. You are amazing. You are beautiful. There is no one like you. You are the best creation of God. And as an individual, you are the best and you're going to rock it all, whatever you will do in your life. My dear friends, how did it feel? Did it feel good? Did you feel that accepting myself is so important? Self love is so important. My dear friends, When you accept yourself, you create a positive aura. You create a positive energy around you and attract people with the same energy. So make sure you accept yourself and create a positive aura around you. When you believe yourself, then is when the entire world will believe in you. And with this thought, let's go to the next way of overcoming our fear. Are you all ready to go to the next way? Can I get two in the chat box? Yes, we are one way down and more two interesting ways to go. And this ways you can apply it in your life and get over all your fears, all your tensions. Okay, even when you face a problem, you can follow these rules, you can follow these ways and create an amazing opportunity for yourself. Thank you so much for those replies, Preeti, Gupta, Prajakta, Sandeep. Thank you so much. All right, yes, and we are all set to go for the next way. And here comes the next way. Next slide, please. Yes. The next way of overcoming your fear is using empowering words. My dear friends, generally when we see a problem or when we land up in some trouble, no, what is the first reaction that we get is, ये मुझसे कभी नहीं होगा. I just can't overcome this. Do what may. I am not going to get successful from here. This is all going to happen negative. कि मैं कितना भी कुछ भी करूं, I just can't handle this. Even do you get this thought when you see a problem first? I generally get this, okay? Whenever I see a problem, I generally try to run away. I take the flight mode, not the fight mode. So does this happens with you? Can I get in the comment box what happens with you all? Do you all feel the same? That the first thought that comes in your mind is always negative. Yes, it happens. Thank you so much for the replies, Samiksha Prasad. Sandeep, thank you. All right. You can see a beautiful quote on the video, on the PPT. The greatest mistake you can make in life is to continuously keep thinking, is to continuously fearing you will make one. We always keep thinking, no, that if I do this, I am going to just land up in trouble. Yay, this is not my cup of tea. So instead of saying this, why can't we tell ourselves that why don't I give it a chance? Why don't I just think about it once instead of telling ourselves that no, ye mujhse nahi hoga? We generally demotivate ourselves only by telling no, this can't happen from me. But instead, why not convert those disabling words into empowering words and give your own self a good push, a good motivation? Next slide, please. We generally get trapped in this word impossible. This word impossible, what does it mean? It means I am possible. You need to change your impossible into I am possible. Then is when you can stay strong and face everything that comes your way. You need to tell yourself that, okay, when I am doing a particular thing, the result, I can either be successful or I will learn from this. I will have a good experience out of this. Never tell yourself that, okay, the result of this thing, no, it will be either positive or either it will be negative. Either I will be successful or either I will fail. No, you will either be successful or you will gain an experience, you will earn an experience for yourself. So always make sure that whenever any disabling power or disabling words come to your mind, change it to a positive, to a positive word. Okay. For this, what you can do is you can maintain your own diary. You have the greatest fear, no? You can write it in that diary and just tell yourself that, okay, this is the problem, this is my fear. Let me see how can I tackle it. Let me see how can I give it a chance. Let me at least try to do it. I don't know whether it will be positive or it will give me an experience. You know what, friends? When you maintain such diary, no, and you overcome your fears one by one, what you can do is, what you gain is, you gain positivity, you gain courage for yourself. Because when you see those pages, no, you think that, oh my God, these all were my fears, and look, I have overcome them. It gives you a push, it gives you a motivation for your own self. So from today, make sure that your own disabling words don't stop you from achieving heights. Make sure you turn that impossible into I am possible. So, how will you take this word? As impossible only, or as I am possible? Can I get it in the chat box? Yes, I know we all will take it as I am possible and not as impossible. We will create all the disabling words into empowering words and make our lives more beautiful and gain more opportunities for ourselves. Yes, thank you so much, Pratik Shamli, for those amazing replies. Even I am keeping myself positive and telling myself that yes, I am possible. All right. Now, going to the third magical way of overcoming your fear. Are you all interested to know the third magical way? Can I get three in the chat box? Yes, we all are ready for the third one. Yes, right, my friends? We all are ready and we all are with those good positive energy and vibes. You know, this replies, no, are keeping me so positive and so engaged with you all people. It feels as if we are sitting together in one room and just discussing about this beautiful topic about how do I overcome fear, and just we are having a cup of coffee and going on talking and talking. Yes, thank you so much for this replies. All right, now let's move on to the third magical way. Next slide, please. Yes, power of visualization. Now, you all must be thinking, what do I visualize? My fear? No. So, we have an activity for you all. Instead of explaining you what is this power of visualization, let me take you to this activity, which is just amazing, and you yourself will realize how power of visualization will help you. All right. Now, for this activity, all that you need to do is sit with your back straight, take a deep breath, and close your eyes and just visualize and imagine that I am making you all imagine, okay? So let's start with this. All you need to do is close your eyes and listen carefully. What do I say? Visualize that you are having your favorite ice cream, the favorite flavor of yours. Wow, so much of ice cream in front of you. It's tasting yum. It's tasting delicious. You are in that all ice cream zone. Wow, it's so yummy. It's so tasty. And I'm just loving this. Wow, the thing that the energy that I'm getting while having this ice cream, no, it's just beautiful. This ice cream tastes so good. And my favorite flavor, oh my god, wow. You know, generally any food makes us tempt, but ice cream, it's just wow. Yes. Now open your eyes and tell me in the comment box, how did you feel? Did you feel good? Did you have good vibes within you? Did you get that energy, positive thing around you? And ice cream always creates a smile, you know, on our face. Even if you give it to a children or even if you give to a old person, they will always have a great smile on their face, and that smile is so precious. I think even you all had the same smile on your face while imagining this, right? When you were visualizing having ice cream. Yes, thank you so much for this replies. And yes, I know after this, you all are going to go and have a scoop of ice cream. Even I will be having it. All right. Thank you, Sonali, for those comments. All right. Now, next thing that I want you all to visualize is close your eyes and just visualize because of your greatest fear, you have lost an opportunity. This opportunity had come to you very in 101 time, okay? You had got this opportunity after doing lots of hard work, but you lost it because you had some fear related to that opportunity and you just couldn't grab it. And this was a golden opportunity of your life. You just saw it going out of your hands because you had that fear. Now open your eyes and tell me, how did you feel now? Did you feel pulled down? Did you feel that someone had just pushed you behind? You felt low. You felt all negative. You thought there is all negative aura around me. Yes. Did you notice a change in your energy while imagining, while visualizing you were having ice cream? How was the energy? It was positive. It was good. But while imagining your negative fears, how was it? It was low. It was negative. It was feeling like I'm pulled down. Someone is just pulling me behind. Yes, yes. Prajakta was feeling stuck. Darshana was feeling low. Harshada was sad. Yes, even I did not like this energy, okay? So now I can't leave you in this energy, no? I need to take you back to a positive energy. Now imagine one more thing. Close your eyes and visualize that you have overcome your biggest fear. You have grabbed an opportunity that has come your way because you overcame your fear. People are applauding for you. People are clapping, giving you pat on the back. Ki, wow, kya kaam kiya hai yaar? Awesome. You feel proud of yourself. Now, how does it feel? Did you feel good? How was the energy now? Was it positive? Can I get it in the chat box, in the comment box? That how is the positive now? Imagining, visualizing that your fears have gone away, and because of this, you have grabbed the best opportunity of your life. And because you have grabbed the opportunity, you are going to take a step forward in being successful. Now, how did it feel? Did it feel good? You felt like, wow, this is the opportunity I was waiting for. And see, because I overcame my fear, I grabbed it. Yes, Yogita, thank you. Shraddha and Prajakta, Harshada, you all felt very good. Yes. So, my dear friends, this is the third magical way of overcoming your fear. Your own power of visualization. Make sure that when you have a problem, no, you don't just see the negative things in it. You also close your eyes and for a moment realize the positive things also in it. Visualize that if I overcome this fear, what will happen? How successful I will be? How proud I will be of myself? I would like to share my own personal experience with you. We had gone to an IV to Manali, and there Manali, snow everywhere and all. So in that snow, no, we had to do some adventures, okay? Activities, snow adventures, snow activities. And I am a person who has lots of fear of this snow activities or any adventurous activities, okay? I don't. I get scared to sit in a giant wheel also. So much I get scared, okay? So then what happened there was all my friends, they were going to go for these activities, okay? I was standing there thinking, should I go? Should I not? I do have fear of this. What do I do now? And what not? So then I just stood there. My friends were provoking me that, come on, Akanksha, what are you standing here? Come on, come with us. We'll have these activities and all. But then ultimately I was like, no, yeah, I have fear about this and I just can't take this. But then they were still provoking me. So then I stood there and I just visualized for one moment that what if I don't do this activity? What will happen? I realized that okay, I won't have good memories. I won't have anything to tell people. See, I did this there. I was doing this there. I won't have those photos to tell my friends. See, मैंने वहाँ पे जाके ये सब किया, ये मजा किया. And then for a moment, I just closed my eyes and visualized that okay, what if I go and do that? I will have so many good memories. I will have those good pictures. I will have all the fun. I can come home and tell my parents and my friends that, see, I did so many things there. So then I just went to do it, okay? After visualizing this all, I told myself कि okay, I am taking this chance. जो होगा वो देखा जाएगा. And I went to do all the activities. There was bungee jumping. There was a valley crossing kind of thing. And there was one thing where you have to sit on the tube and that person used to push you down from the snow. I did all those activities, okay? Truly talking, I was very scared. I was having that fear in my mind when I was doing all this. I would like to show you my photos, okay, while doing that. Can I have the next slide? You can see those photos. On the left hand side, you can see my face, how nervous, how frightened I was. And on the right side, that photo of going into the air. Whenever I Even when I remember it today, no, that scene in front of me is mesmerizing. The view that was in front, no, was really very awesome. And after doing this, I was so proud of myself that yes, Akanksha, you did it, and it is nothing impossible. I felt so good. I was literally in air, and I was having the best time. Today, when I tell you this, no, today also I'm feeling proud of myself that yes, I did it. Like me, even you can do this, and even you can be happy, even you can feel proud and courageous of yourself. It is like, when you overcome your fear, you feel so proud, you feel so good, no, that oh my god, this fear, no, sometimes ties you. But once you try to overcome it, no, once you make your mind that yes, I want to just overcome it, you will have many things coming your way waiting for you. And you can just have good experiences. You can grab all the opportunities that come your way. So my dear friends, we the Happy Managers Hub would like to give you just this aim that fear is good to have, okay? There is nothing bad in having fear. Let fears come your way. That is only then is only when you can overcome them and feel courageous, no? My dear friends, now I leave the choice to your hands. Whether you want to take this fear as, next slide please, forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. Can I get in the comment box what do you want the meaning of your fear to be? Forget everything and run, or face everything and rise? Yes, I know we all want it to be face everything and rise. No one from us wants to, just sit behind, lose all the opportunities because of fear, not being proud of ourselves. No, we all want to be proud of ourselves. We all want to grab the good opportunities that are going to come our way. We don't want to sit back because of this fear. We want to always take a step in front, not a step behind. We are not meant to take a step behind. You are always meant to take a step forward. Yes. Thank you so much, Preeti, Geeta, Riya, Kritika. Thank you so much. And I hope that y'all will not run away from your fears now, but face it confidently and rise from it. My dear friends, as we come towards concluding this webinar, I would like to share a small write up summarizing this webinar with all of you all. All I want you to do is close your eyes and listen to what I am telling you all. Listen to the message that this universe has for you. Yes? So please close your eyes and listen to me. Let your light shine. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small doesn't serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We all are meant to shine as children do. We were born to manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Marian Williamson, A Return to Love. Stay in this zone of yours, and whenever you're ready, rub your palms together, apply the warmth to your eyes, give a pat on your back, and tell yourself that I am ready to face it all, and I am going to overcome my fears. I am not going to let my fears pull me down. And with this thought, we would like to conclude. We, the Happy Managers Hub, would like to tell you all that we will try and give it a chance to get more webinars like this. Before ending the webinar, how do we not thank our well wishers and supporters? We would like to extend a vote of thanks to our facilitators, Dr. Kasturi Naik and Professor Renuka Sawant, for always motivating us and for always being by our side. We express gratitude to Mr. Suvir Naik for being our mentor. Sir, your tips were great, and because of that, the webinar went so successful. Thank you to the entire NMITD family for standing so strong with us. Thank you to the IT support and Wicked Hub for being so strong, for being a strong support in IT. And last but not the least, how do I forget you, my dear viewers? Thank you so much for being so actively participated with us. We hope that we have made you think that fear is not something that is going to stop you. Fear is something that is going to motivate you. Thank you so much for all the replies and for all the positive energy that you all gave us. Thank you once again. And we conclude this webinar. Thank you so much. Stay home, stay safe, and hope to see you all very soon. Keep a thought in your mind that this all is going to end very soon and a beautiful tomorrow is waiting for you. Thank you so much. Bye. Good night. Take care.